Hello and welcome back to the Luckbox podcast. This week is a Dota special.
Yes.
Because with me in the studio is the host.
Except I'm not in the studio. I'm actually in Mumbai right now.
Oh,
so how am I in the studio if I'm in Mumbai at the same time?
Breaking the illusion.
The magic of television, Sujoy. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good, yes.
Yeah. Looking forward to this?
Yeah, ESL.
I am.
We're talking about ESL One Mumbai, by the way.
India.
Yes.
First time ever for me to go to India and do esports. So cool.
Yeah,
honestly, I am beyond excited about it because when you set out on this journey early on, as I did in 1873, I basically wanted to go to as many new places as possible, right? And I love going to new places. The problem is because I've been doing it a long time, it's very rare now that we get to go to somewhere different because we've gone pretty much everywhere on Earth with esports in some form, except that we haven't.
Have you ever?
You think you have, and then you're like, oh, actually, yeah, we haven't been to Argentina, for instance. We haven't been to Chile. We haven't been to Uruguay. That's a lot of South America that we haven't been to. We've been to Brazil a few times. That's cool. But there's plenty of other places in South America. Likewise, I'd never been to Africa until 3 years ago, and I went to South Africa. I've been to South Africa 4 times now, right? But I haven't been to Ghana. I haven't been to Morocco. Yeah. These places have esports scenes. So I want to go further. Likewise, never been to Sri Lanka, Pakistan, India, anywhere around that region.
Have you been yourself?
I've been many years ago, backpacking on a train, which was very dangerous, I have to say, between Mumbai and Bangalore, and not something I'd want to do in my 40s for sure. Okay. Something I'm probably okay doing in my teens and my 20s, but not now.
How long ago was that?
Over 20 years, 25, 27 years ago.
Then you're going to be in for a shock. India has changed.
Yes. No, I understand. Yes, although I think some of the things that I had.
Shift your glass a bit, please. You're just ruining my shot. Oh, you're just going to make it worse. Fine. I was trying to improve the shot. It just got
we've
worse.
Also got. I should also point out that this show is brought to you by McVitie's Thins. These are really nice. I'm not going to have one now, but they are really nice. Sujoy spoils me.
I'm bribing.
Has it changed? When was the last time you went there?
I went a year and a half ago for a wedding in Mumbai.
Okay.
Is
it really, really different?
I don't want to say too much because
I want to be surprised.
Well, I'm hoping you're gonna send us.
Does it still have the cool market streets and the food stalls? Does it still have that?
I mean, the flavour of India is never gonna disappear.
Did they still harass you to buy shit in the street?
Oh please, that goes without saying.
Okay,
of course,
because if that had gone, I'd have been really disappointed. Like, because I like to barter a little bit, and they think, oh, English person, easy. And then I barter hard, and they're like, "Oh, you're not like normal English people. Normally, English people just get you to pay anything."
Yeah, but you don't know what bartering is.
No, I probably don't. Actually, we'll have to find out.
You know what?
Also, by the way, cricket.
Oh yeah.
See, the thing is,
are you a cricket fan?
Well, I like cricket.
Yeah.
I've played cricket as a child. A relatively good batsman, decent bowler actually. But it's a weird game in that I don't really talk to many people about cricket because it's a very English thing, right? Yeah, but it's also very Indian. Like, it's mad. Like, for those of you that don't know, right? Think about football in the Premier League in the UK, right? Think that 10 times the size of popularity, and that's cricket in India. It is easily the biggest sport in India by a billion miles. Like, there's nothing even close to it. Football doesn't come close. They don't play rugby. There's just nothing out there that is anywhere near cricket. It is their national sport.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to enjoy is the fact that I've got a very international set of talent with me, none of whom, other than maybe Owen, would have ever seen a cricket match.
Oh, are you going to try?
We should try and get them to a cricket match. I'm going to try while I'm out there. I'm going to try and get them to go and enjoy, because the IPL's on right now. Yeah. So it's 2020, which is really easy to break someone in. You don't need to go and see a 5-day test. You can just go and do 2020 in an evening. Fantastic.
You know what? That's a brilliant idea. I would love to see Giannis is
exactly. Can you imagine what Fogg does? Fogg loves darts, by the way. We got him into darts a couple of years ago by watching the World Championship. He loves darts now. So I think cricket is next for Jonas.
Sorry, I want to look at the talent team quickly.
I think cricket is next for him.
So Eri's there as a stage host.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jonas is not there with us this time round. But we've got Eri's definitely going to be up for that.
Sorry.
Eri's definitely going to be up for cricket.
Wish you were there.
Toby One will also already know about cricket because he's Australian. So that's can you imagine Blitz at a cricket match?
Blitz, capitalist.
Cap, I think, will probably get it because I think he's done some baseball stuff.
Really?
Yeah, Kyle and cricket.
I want to see their reaction.
Kyle and cricket would be hilarious.
But you're right, 2020 is the right game
it's
to take
perfect
them
for
to. Yeah.
as newbies, like when you don't really know anything about it and you want to just go. 2020 is
and slacks.
brilliant.
I want to see what slacks.
Can you imagine slacks at a cricket match?
God.
So even if we don't go to a cricket match, what I will do while I'm out there, and then this is for sure, I'm going to buy a set of stumps and a ball, because you can buy them in the local shops anywhere. You can, in fact, buy them in the markets for like £5 or something, and a small bat.
Yeah,
and
you got ripped off, by the way, but yeah.
Well, sure. But then I'll take them backstage with me, and I'll teach them how to play cricket, and we'll have a mini cricket match.
Oh, I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant.
Got to do it while you're in India, if nowhere else on earth. Because it is the national sport. So I'm really looking forward to that, weirdly. But more than that, I'm genuinely looking forward to going back. And I'm looking forward to bringing esports to India. It's a really... I can't explain how excited I am to go. Knowing how many fans I've got that, have tweeted at me so much since we announced that I was going. So thank you for that, by the way. But also before that, a lot of people would say, I'd be tweeting about, I'm going back to South Africa, I can't wait. I love South Africa, by the way. It's one of my favourite places on earth. Great people, great food, great community down there for esports as well. And I love going back, and it's brilliant every time. And people then often go, what about my region? What about South America? What about Uruguay? What about Chile? What about India? What about Sri Lanka? And you're right, and I get it, but I'd never been. Now I've got an opportunity to go. And so it's super exciting for me to go somewhere different and somewhere new and somewhere I personally really love as a country anyway. I mean, I love Indian food. I love Indian people. I've got Indian family. So it's super exciting for me to go and do this for esports out there.
Yeah, and I feel connected to this. I mean, apart from my parents are from India, but apart from that, last year we had the first ESL One in the UK.
We did.
And I remember that feeling.
Yeah.
And it was like, look, all these guys are coming
magical.
to the UK. Yeah. And that's how it's going to feel. There's going to be so many Dota fans in India who've been watching online and, sort of seeing it happen.
They've never met the players, they've never met the talent, and then suddenly they can meet everyone in one place.
I want to see that, the crowd, the people that turn up to the audience and their reaction to get to have this live.
I mean, I don't, unfortunately, because when I host shows, I tend to host the whole show. I don't get to go to the signing sessions that often, which is a real shame. I'm going to try and make sure that happens this time.
It's just you, so you're not tag teaming with anyone.
But I'm going to see whether we can fix it in some way that I can go off and do half an hour of signing session, because I really want to do it in a new place. Don't get that opportunity to go to new places very often anymore for us, because usually we're going back to, as much as I'm really looking forward to Birmingham again this year, we're going back to Birmingham because we did it before, right? So it's not as new. It's exciting for me because I get to drive, which is great. I get to drive to an event in the UK, which I never get to do normally. So that's fun. I'm in my home country, which means I literally get home in 2 hours. So I say goodbye to all my friends. They're all off to the airport, and I'm home before they've even taken off, which again was a really weird feeling last year. And more than that, I get to interact with great fans in the UK, people that are properly hungry for this stuff. So I'm really looking forward to Birmingham, but it's a different feel this year because we've done it now, right? India for me is the single most exciting event for me this year because it's in a brand new place, brand new country, brand new set of fans. We don't know what to expect. I don't know how many people will turn up. We don't know if we'll fill the stadium. We don't know how popular it will be or how not popular it will be. We just don't know, right? But that part of that is the thrill of the going to the event. I remember 7 years ago when Carmack and I stood on the stairs in Katowice the night before we opened, and he said to me, I don't know how many people are going to turn up tomorrow. Like, what if we only get like 1,000 people through the door? And we really genuinely didn't know because no one had really done esports in a stadium at that point. And going to new events like this, it feels a bit like that. It feels a bit risky. Birmingham felt a little bit risky last year. We weren't entirely sure. We knew we'd sold out the tickets, but we still didn't really know. Was everyone going to turn up? Was it going to be a success?
What's the atmosphere going to be like?
What's the atmosphere going to be like? How's the arena going to erupt? What's the stage look like? How does it fit together? We didn't know any of these things, right? We thought we did, and there's some great people working at ESL that figure this stuff out before we go. Obviously, they go out there months before and try and figure it out. But you never really know until you go and do it. So there's always that little edge about everything when you go to somewhere new, and we've got that for India. So I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Nervous excitement.
Yeah,
it's sort of on the verge.
It could be huge, right? And I hope it is. I hope it really is massive because then we get to go back, and that's always a thrill when you get to go back to the same place, because then there's that comfort that you've been before, you know it, you know the area a little bit, you remember people, you make new friends, you've tried new foods, whatever it might be. There's something that you go back because you've enjoyed it the year before, and there's very rarely do I ever go to a place and go, oh God, I hope we never go back there again. And it's very rare that happens. So
let's not name any names.
No,
I mean, it does.
There are so few though, really.
Yeah, but India has always been one of these countries people talk about, BRIC countries. It's rapidly expanding, whole new markets. It's like, but why haven't we had? Because this is the first
international. Well, there's been a DreamHack. DreamHack have been out there, haven't they? So,
but there hasn't been much in a country with so many people
before this year. Anyway.
So much technology and so much growth.
Yeah,
we haven't had much.
No. I mean, they've had some Indian stuff. I know Ronnie Scruvella, for instance, has been putting some stuff on.
I'm pretty sure there's a local ESL office there.
There's a local ESL India who've been doing some good ESL India tournaments out there as well. So there are some things growing, but you're right. It's not. It's definitely what we would call a developing esports nation, and it will grow fast because they do have the technology, they do have the infrastructure, and they do have the money. So it will grow quickly, and I think that's really exciting as well to see how big it'll grow and how quickly it'll grow. It also, again, puts into context where we are in the UK. You know, we're so lucky. We're so central to Europe. We're so close to it. We've got all the amenities we need. We've got great airports. We've got good hotels. We've got all the infrastructure we should need to be a great esports country. And yet, actually, we suck in the main. We really do. We could do so much better in this country. Not least of which in terms of holding international tournaments and cutting down some of the red tape involved in getting visas for players. I mean, that aside, I'm trying not to get on the high horse here because otherwise I'll have Margot already screaming at me, shut up, I'm trying to work on it. But the point stands in that there are other countries who are catching us up and will very soon overtake us and become centres of excellence for esports. And India is one of those countries that is right on the cusp of doing that, and it only needs a couple of big international tournaments like ESL One Mumbai to help break that kind of mould and go, oh shit, these guys are for real. This is really exciting what's going on. And then investment comes in, sponsorship comes in, more tournaments happen, players start popping through, and then hopefully we'll see the grassroots of Indian gaming start to pull through as well. We don't see many. The ones we have seen haven't been the cleanest of players, let's put it like that.
Well, actually,
controversy around it. So you know, I want there are some amazing players in India. They're already there, right? I want them to have the ability to come through, and only by doing big international tournaments, like we've said about South Africa, like we said about Australia, like we said about South America, they need more of these big tournaments. So I'm pleased that we're going there, and I hope it's a success.
Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, I mean, I don't know if this is what you alluded to, but there was the Forsaken cheating scandal.
That was what I was talking about,
And that's, see, as an outsider who's not invested, we're both invested in ESL One India. You're going, and I'm a big fan of ESL, and I want to see an event in India. But there'll be people who are saying, well, India, why? All I know about India is that Optic Forsaken cheating word.exe.
Yeah.
So I mean, is this a punt? Is it going to work?
Well, I think it is. It
too soon?
No, I don't think it's too soon. I think it's too late. I think we're late to it.
Yeah.
We should have been to India a couple of years ago, frankly, and then we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now because we would have already advanced it. So I think we're a little bit late to the party. That said, I'm glad it's happening, and I'm glad that it's ESL that are going in there, and you know, would have been happy if it had been DreamHack or PGL or any of the big companies, but anyone that has that authority, credibility, authenticity within esports going to do an international event in India is what it needed. Yeah. It doesn't need a brand new pop-up Indian company, with all due respect, spending $1 million on something that fails miserably because they don't really understand the international scene. It needs the international scene to go to India, not the Indian people to bring it to them. And so we've got that, and I think that gives it a great chance of succeeding. The venue's great. The teams that we've got are, you know, maybe not all tier 1 teams, but there are some really good teams and really good players in there, so it shows off that we can bring international players and teams. I know the same with the talent as well. Many talent talked about, oh, should we go? We don't know if we want to go. Is it safe? Is it, you know, are they at war with Pakistan? Is there stuff going on? There was so many different discussions because it's a new place, right? Yeah. And it's a little bit scary to some people because it's the unknown, and we're all scared of the unknown if we're honest. So I think there's some hurdles to get over. I know, because it doesn't make any sense, right? Yes. But these are genuine concerns, right? How's the hotel going to be? Is the state of Mumbai okay? Is it a bad crime area? Is it, you know, all of these things would come up when it's a brand new place. Same way as it would do if it was Birmingham or New York or wherever. And so because education is so low in terms of what India is and how good it is right now and what their infrastructure is, there are going to be concerns. What I'm hoping is we go out there and squash all of those concerns, and everyone goes, oh, shit, I wish I'd gone to that. Because then next year we'll go back, and then more people will want to go, and then it becomes a bigger thing, and then people become more. India becomes more known for the good things that it can do, rather than some of the bad things.
Narrative.
Absolutely. And so, unfortunately, and I don't think the Forsaken thing is a bad thing. Can't get away from that. Is it the only thing that Indian gaming is known for? No, but internationally, yes. In often cases, if you ask anyone internationally, yes, it's the one thing they're known for. Now, that paints everyone in the same light. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's like saying, well, Sujoy was a Quake player, so everyone in Britain must play Quake. Well, if only it were true.
If I was Prime Minister, it would be true.
It'd be compulsory. But that's what they're known for, and that's not fair on the whole Indian game. I know a lot of people down there that have done incredible work to bring their national scene up, as well as help attract international tournaments there. And it's not fair on those people, those players and the teams and managers and the owners and everyone else that's involved in Indian esports, to label it for one thing that happened to be bad, and it's the only thing that people remember. Let's change the narrative, let's put something on the map, and ESL One Mumbai has a chance to do that. Cricket.
This is what I hope. I hope all of these guys, they're visiting India, maybe sometimes for the first time.
Yeah, I think a lot for the first time.
And maybe, like you say, some people have reservations and worries. Yeah. But I think they're going to love it.
Yeah,
because,
I do too.
Because the atmosphere is going to be rich in your face. Your sensory senses are going to be blown away. But the thing is, though, India has changed as well. While they still retain that feeling, that culture, that everything that's India, it's also developed. The technology has gone a long way. Facilities, resources, ability to do things without being stopped by traffic or it doesn't work. You know, it's such a different place, and I'm excited to see your response and also what the players think. So it's going to be a fun event. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think as long as I get to go out and sample some local food at least once.
Well, you have to,
because we don't always get a chance. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that the first day we get there is usually acclimatization day, which is usually the day we need to go out and do stuff. And I think I land at 3 a.m. in the morning, so I'm going to get some sleep, and then I'm going to go out in the morning and try and find some nice places to eat. But it's hard. Like when we go to these places, I think a lot of people out there think that we live this incredible life and we travel around the world and we're very lucky. And we are very lucky, but we don't get to see much usually. You know, we get to see the inside of a hotel, the lobby, the inside of a shuttle, and then the underground of a stadium, and then backwards the other way for 6 days. We don't see much else other than that, and usually it's dark in the morning and dark in the evening. So we don't see an awful lot. We don't get to go anywhere. With India, I'm hoping that's a little bit different for us.
Well, even if you don't, you know what? There's going to be a festival atmosphere.
There has to be.
I promise. Okay, I was saying
will be amazing.
I was going to say like, oh, let's wait and see, but there's going to be a fun atmosphere. I'm going to guarantee. I'm going to give you the Sujoy guarantee. That
Sujoy guarantee. I like it.
And you know what? I'm a little bit jealous now because I'm not going, and
You're not going?
I kind of there's so much going on.
Would have been an easy flight for you. Go back home.
Going to New York, but
see friends and family.
Yeah, but not in Mumbai.
No,
in West Bengal. So never mind. But yeah, it's honestly, I'm jealous. But I'm looking forward to the show, and like I say, I think it's going to be a great experience for everyone. Yeah. And I have no doubt that ESL are going to get that feeling into the broadcast as well. Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I hope so, and I think we've got Slacks and we've got Eri, and they are fantastic broadcasters at bringing flavour through the TV and through the show, right? They're great at bringing in the local kind of traditions and food and everything. And I think the fact that we've got those two on the show is a real bonus for me, because if I don't manage to do it, because I'm focused more on the esports side, I'm pretty sure those two will get that through as well. Brilliant. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to the matches. They're going to be coming up. Sorry, we're pre-recording this, and it's a
mess. So actually, right now I'm in Mumbai. I'm not actually really here.
You're already sampling the delights of Mumbai. But yeah, when this goes out, the games will be very close to starting, and it's going to be fun to watch.
It will be a lot of fun.